Before we get started, we'd like to thank Panasonic LUMIX for sponsoring this video. For more on Videomaker's ethical stance on sponsorship, click on the link in the description. Greg here from Videomaker. The Panasonic LUMIX GH5s touts dual native ISO in lieu of 5-axis in-body image stabilization. In this video, we're gonna see how the GH5s compares to its brother, the GH5, in 4 low-light shooting situations. Here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna show you the same scene lit with 4 different light sources. The first is a 1x1 LED panel. Then we'll use a household lamp, and then a computer screen. Lastly, we'll light the scene using only candlelight. For each setup, we'll go over the camera settings for each camera and show you the results. The first scene is lit by a 1x1 LED panel. Out of the 4 setups we're gonna look at, this is the easiest. We're using the light as a key light in this scene. The light is dimmable, so we can dial in the amount of light we need for the mood we want. We expect this to look good. It's a light made for video after all. Both cameras are set at f2.8 and ISO 800. Let's take a look at the footage. Now we have the same scene lit by a household lamp. Remember that the lamp and bulb type affect the color temperature and the amount of light, and a lampshade will also soften the light. This lamp is fitted with a 60-watt incandescent bulb. We set exposure based on skin tone. Both cameras are set at f2.8 at ISO 2500. Let's take a look. An even more difficult scene is one lit by a computer monitor. The image on the screen will affect the color temperature and the amount of light. The light emitted will also be affected by the size of the screen. Here we used an empty browser window and set the screen to its maximum brightness to get the most light. Again, we set exposure based on skin tone. Both cameras are set at f2.8 at ISO 3200. The last scene is lit by candlelight. The number and type of candles will affect the color temperature and intensity. Remember, the color temperature will be a low Kelvin value. We set our exposure based on skin tone. Both cameras are set at f2.8 at ISO 6400. Dual native ISO in the GH5s gives you more latitude when recording in low light situations. How much this benefits you will depend on your production needs. To learn more about dual native ISO or the GH5s, visit the link in the description.